If you're the guy who's trying to have these amazing conversations with her all day, every day, over text, small talk, killing the tension, it not only implies that you don't have a lot of experience doing this, but it also implies that you don't have a lot of other options. What's up, man? Patrick James here, and in this video I'm going to answer one of you guys' questions that you submitted to me on Instagram DMs. And this is a really good question because it's kind of related to the last couple of videos that we've been making on this channel. So if you haven't already subscribed to the Raw Dating Advice family, hit that subscribe button right now. And after you get done watching this video, if you want to learn more, I highly recommend you check out our last two videos, which are kind of sequentially related to this one. So I would almost consider this part 3 in the last 3 videos or so. And so this one, it's a really good question that Too Good Gabe sent me on Instagram, so shout out to you, man. And he says, Patrick, first off, I love your videos and I bought your book. Incredible stuff in there, man, and I really do appreciate you sharing this information with all of us. I really just need a bit of help. I can have amazing conversations with girls over text, but the instant I ask her to hang out, I get left on red and never hear from that girl again. What am I doing wrong? If you could make a video on this, that would be incredible. Once again, thank you for all you do. First off, thank you for the question, and I'm glad to hear that you got this book, because a lot of this stuff that we're gonna be talking about in this video, these will be kind of the action steps that you take moving forward. And I'll give you a few of those action steps, obviously, in this video as well. But here's the first thing that I want you to understand, and I say this in every single video about texting, and some of you guys who've been around Raw Dating Advice for a while, you've probably heard me say it at least 10 times. At least 10 times. And maybe this will become a meme, like, oh, here it goes, Patrick is gonna say it again in another video about texting. When you are early on in the texting process, in the dating process, the only reason you should be doing anything with your phone that's related to this girl is to see her again in the near future. So when I say early on in the dating process, I'm talking in the first 3 to 5 dates that you go on with this girl. I'm talking before you've ever slept with her, and I'm talking before she's your girlfriend. If you haven't met any of those 3 criteria, at least one of them, then the only reason you should be calling her, texting her, DMing her is to meet up in person. Now, that's your biggest mistake, and that's probably the number one shift that it's immediately going to change your results here. But the second one is, let's think about why that is, right? Because if you text this girl, small talk texting, now here's the thing, I've met a lot of guys who read this book, and I've met a lot of guys who will even hear me say this, but at the same time are texting people to have small talk conversations all the time. I don't have the patience for it, and I don't get hit up by 20 dudes every single day. But these girls are getting hit up by 20 plus dudes every single day. Tinder, Bumble, Instagram, Snapchat, or text, or calling. A lot of dudes, especially if she's even somewhat cute and is in a normal city where there's a lot of guys who are single and around her age, then she's going to be getting hit up by dudes whether you know it or not. And so knowing this, if you're not doing anything to stand out and position yourself as the prize here, as the guy that she has to work for, that way, rather than competing against the 20 plus dudes hitting on her, rather you're in a category of one where she's the one working for you, and you get to choose, all right, is she one of the girls that is chasing me, or do I want to only date this girl? Like, when you have that position of power and she's the one chasing you, now it's on you to decide if you want to go on a date with her or not, which is kind of cool. But at the same time, what you're doing right now is exactly what any other guy would do, which is, hey, how was your day? Good morning, beautiful. Good night, beautiful. Like, just small talk shit. And here's the thing, man. Even though in your question you said you had amazing conversations with this girl over text, you said amazing in all caps, right? And you can have amazing conversations with this girl over text, and you can also have those amazing conversations with this girl in person. But the unfortunate truth is, if you're having those amazing conversations with that girl over text, she's also having amazing conversations with about 10 other dudes at the same time. But here's what the guy who she's actually meeting up with, going over to this guy's place at 2 a.m. in the morning, sneaking over there, or sacrificing sleep to go get some D from this guy real quick, that dude is not having amazing conversations with this girl over text. That dude doesn't have to worry about how he's gonna ask her out. That dude works on his game in person. That way, when he has that amazing conversation in person and he's playfully challenged her, he's teased her, he's created that conversational tension, she's chasing him, she's obsessing about him when he's not around her. Now she's the one hitting him up first. She's the one who's wanting to work for him. He's in the position of power here. So what you need to do is understand that if you're trying to work for this girl over text, if you're trying to put in that FaceTime over text, if you're trying to build this connection with her and have those amazing conversations with her over text, you're giving her the same validation that she would get from you in person, you know, the good feeling of having an amazing conversation. Obviously, we all love to have amazing and intriguing and engaging conversations, but if you're doing it over text, then what reason does she have to want to do it with you in person, right? Because here's the thing, man. Over text, if she's already getting it from you, it's like getting conveniently delivered porn right to your front doorstep every single day. And I'm not talking about you sending her dick pics and stuff. I'm talking about you giving her validation. She knows that you like her because you're a guy who's clearly romantically interested in her. And so if you're having these conversations, she's getting that validation from you just by hitting a few buttons on her phone and then putting her phone in her pocket and then ding, oh, more validation from this guy. She's not gonna wanna take away that easy validation that she didn't have to do anything to gain by getting ready, putting on the makeup, putting on a nice outfit, making herself smell good, meeting you at this fucking place, and not understanding or knowing if you're a cool, trustworthy guy or not. That is a lot of work that she's not willing to do if she can get the same experience conveniently delivered to her phone like she currently is. So understand this and understand why it happens like that. So it makes sense to me that if you're having amazing conversations with this girl, clearly the moment you try to change that dynamic and say, hey, I'd rather stop having these conversations over text and actually have these conversations in person, if she's already getting used to you being the guy who's delivering that validation right to her phone, working for her, chasing her, trying to connect with her, doing this type of stuff that honestly doesn't work and literally positions you below her, because what you're doing is you're saying, hey, you're a prize. You're the one to be worked for. And if she's getting hit up by 10 other dudes, she feels like she's the prize. She's the one to get worked for, right? And if the only strategy that you have is, hey, let's take this conversation in person, not gonna happen. Understand that you must stand out to get the girl, and the way you're gonna stand out is via conversational tension and using your phone to text her to see her again in the near future. And when you see her again in the near future, that's when you can have those amazing conversations. That's when you do the job of creating that conversational tension. That way in person, when you actually do put in the work and do the things that'll make her actually interested in you and start chasing you in conversation, when you do that in person, now something can actually come of it. Because whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter how much you try to attract this girl or connect with this girl over text. Are you gonna kiss her? Are you guys gonna have sex? She's gonna come back to your place over text? No, it's gonna happen eventually in person, right? So realize that the game is played in person and not over your phone. So the other thing is small talk will always kill the tension. Small talk that's pointless will always kill the tension unless it's in person, because in person you can close the proximity to her. Because here, let's say this. I text a girl, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? How was your day? Right? But if I wanted to change my sub communications, my nonverbal communication in person, I said, hey, what's up? How was your day? And I slow down my tonality, and I lower my tonality, and I close the proximity, and I hold that strong, dominant, relaxed eye contact. The same words have a completely different effect simply because it was in person. And having small talk over text, where there's not a lot of subcommunications going on, and any subcommunications that may or may not be there have to be something that she has to pick up on, which is harder to do when it's just text, right? When you're doing that, then now it's up to her to see what frame she sees you through. When in person, you control the frame. So if there's one thing I want you to gain from this video, it's this. You should always be positioning yourself in the pre-selected position. If you're the guy who's trying to have these amazing conversations with her all day, every day, over text, small talk, killing the tension, it not only implies that you don't have a lot of experience doing this, but it also implies that you don't have a lot of other options. Because if you had 12 girls hitting you up, would you really be spending all this time just trying to text this girl, right? And so what you're doing right now is you're implying to her, whether she consciously knows it or not, her subconscious picks up on it going, hey, this guy probably doesn't have a lot of pre-selection working for him. Whereas when you can control the frame that she sees you through, and you can actually you have the wherewithal to know that you want to do all of this and play the game in person, which is the only place it can be played, and you're doing the right things to actually make her interested in you in conversation by creating the conversational tension with any one of the 107 plus ways inside of this book to do that. That's where you're now in the position of power. You're the one where she's seeing you as a pre-selected guy. She wants to work for you. She's chasing you. And rather than being a category of 1 of 10 or 20 dudes, you're in a category of 1, and you get to choose where you want to direct this conversation. And that right there here is the ultimate goal, because I say this all the time as well. My only goal as a dating coach, my only goal putting out these free videos on my YouTube channel, giving away my best-selling book for free, is to get you in a place where you can choose the girl you want from abundance rather than from scarcity, which is what most guys do because they don't know how to create abundance in their dating life. So I think that's a really good place to wrap up this video, and hopefully that gives you some valuable insight on how to handle this situation moving forward, or any similar situation. And so if you like this video, if you got any value out of this, then hit that like button, drop a like. And also, if you haven't already picked up my book, 107 Proven Ways to Get the Girl, I highly recommend you grab this if you want to work on improving your ability to attract girls when you're with them in person. Then just go to howtogetthegirlnow.com and claim your copy before we run out. They're currently free. All you have to do is pay for shipping and handling, and we'll ship this book to you anywhere in the world. And by the way, listen to my podcast. It's called #Raw and Relentless. It is the most entertaining, engaging, and mind-bending podcast on the internet. It's not one of those standard interview style podcasts. This is something that's completely raw, relentless, unfiltered, and we talk about literally anything and everything. So go check it out yourself. If you like this content, then you'll definitely like the podcast as well. The link is in the description below. So that said, I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'll see you later. Peace out.